10 roofs, 10 lawns, 10 tenants in 10 different places. Or one roof, one lawn, 10 tenants under the same roof. Sounds easier to manage? Exactly. Today I'm breaking down why one apartment building can outperform 10 single-family rentals, not just in time saved, but in cash flow appreciation, financing, and long-term wealth. The scale advantage. Here's the truth. Owning multiple single-family rentals can work, but scaling gets messy. Every house is in a different location. Each has separate property taxes, insurance policies, and maintenance schedules. When something breaks, you're calling 10 different contractors. With an apartment building, you've got all those units in one place. One roof to fix, one lawn to mow, one trip for the plumber. That's called economies of scale, and it saves you time, money, and stress. Income stability. Vacancy is the biggest cash flow killer in real estate. If you own one single-family home and the tenant leaves, your income drops to zero. With a 10-unit apartment building, one vacancy means you're still 90% occupied. That cash flow keeps coming in while you find the next tenant. This stability is why many investors choose multifamily as their main strategy. Appreciation through income growth. Single-family values are based on comparable sales. If your neighbor sells low, your value drops. Apartment buildings, their value is tied to income. Increase rents, reduce expenses, and the property's value jumps. Example, you raise the building's net operating income by $10,000 a year at a 6% cap rate. That's an instant $166,000 increase in value. You can't pull that off with a single-family home nearly as easily. Section 4, Financing Power, 5 minutes. Banks love predictable income. With multifamily, lenders see a diversified rent roll. That means more confidence your loan will get paid, even if a few units are vacant. For 2 to 4 units, you can still use residential financing. For 5+ units, you enter commercial loan territory. Commercial loans focus on the property's performance, not just your personal income. If you know how to operate the building well, the bank sees you as a lower risk. Management efficiency. Property management can make or break your returns. With 10 single-family homes, your property manager is traveling all over town. That travel time costs money. It can also slow down repairs and hurt tenant satisfaction. With one apartment building, management is centralized. Repairs happen faster, tenants get better service, and you often pay less per unit for management. Cost savings on maintenance. Think about it. Replacing a roof on one apartment building costs much less per unit than replacing 10 separate roofs. The same goes for HVAC systems, painting, parking lots, and landscaping. Buying supplies in bulk and using contractors for one location is simply cheaper. These savings add up year after year, boosting your net returns. Tax advantages. Multifamily offers big tax benefits. Depreciation lets you deduct the property's value over time. And because the building is larger, your depreciation deduction is larger too. Cost segregation studies can speed up those deductions. Putting more money in your pocket sooner. These are tools that can supercharge your return on investment. Real case comparison. Let's run some numbers. Scenario 1. 10 single-family homes, each worth $150,000. Total value, $1.5 million. Average rent, $1,200 per month each. Total rent, $12,000 per month. Scenario 2. One 10-unit apartment building worth $1.5 million. Average rent, $1,200 per unit. Same total rent, $12,000 per month. But I'm assuming expenses for the single-family portfolio run about 50% higher, and turnover costs are greater because each home is separate. Net, the apartment building earns thousands more in annual cash flow and takes far less effort to manage. The path to wealth scaling with single-family is slow. You're finding, financing, and managing each property one by one. With multifamily, you can add dozens of units at a time. That's how investors build wealth faster. It's not about owning the most properties. It's about owning the most doors. One apartment building can outperform 10 single-family rentals in nearly every category. More stability, better financing. Lower costs, higher scalability. If you're serious about building wealth through real estate, consider making your next purchase a multifamily. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button. Subscribe for more real estate strategies. And tell me in the comments, would you rather own 10 houses or one building?